Hi everybody, and welcome to the Community Conversations on Self-Help FAQ, the YouTube channel. And today we're talking about time management. And as you can see, I didn't have time to set up my studio, put on any jewelry, anything like that. My hair's a little bit frizzy. So I'm having trouble with time management myself. But what the community this past week I did find was talking about, there's just not enough hours in a day to get things done that you need done. And I even found a comment on X from a user on X. Let me read that one to you, see if I can get close enough. Their name, let's see, Taser NP says, I only get 2 to 3 hours a day to build on X, so every minute has to count. That's why I rely on systems. When time is limited, focus is everything. I wholeheartedly agree with that. So I was doing some journaling about this time management problem, and everyone's different. Some people only have maybe 5 to 10 minutes in the morning to do anything. Some people have maybe an hour here or maybe at night. And some people like me, I'm self-employed, I have about 4 hours in the afternoon and maybe a little bit of time at night to get something done. So actually that's a big chunk of time. Other people who have full-time jobs don't have that opportunity. So I came up with 7 things that I'd like to talk about, 7 points on this issue. I'm going to bring my notes a little bit closer so I don't forget anything. So first of all, I want to say that you need to work with the time that you have, whether it's 15 minutes in the morning or a couple hours at night or 4 hours during the day at some point. Maybe you're a bus driver, school bus driver, and you might have 4 hours between your morning and late afternoon shift or mid-afternoon shift. So you start with the time that you have. And with the time that you have, you want to work on things that move the needle. That means anything where you have a goal to reach, and so you figure out what the priorities are, things that are actually going to make you, move the needle towards your goals to get that done. So do that. Prioritize. And have you heard the phrase, eat that frog? Well, that means do the hardest thing first. A lot of people say do the hardest thing first and then everything else is easy. But for those of you, even like myself with ADHD, or it's maybe not with the hyperactivity, maybe you need to eat the frog last. Do some easiest things first, and that helps you build momentum. And so you have to decide which camp you fall into there. Do you need to do the hardest thing first and then everything else is easy? Or you want to keep it last and do some easy things first so that you gain momentum. You have to think about that. Next is the one that I'm actually using now to help dig me out of my time management problems, and that's time blocking. You know, some people say that multitasking, you get a lot done, get it done faster. But for the most part, and from what I've read in some studies, multitasking can actually not work for you, because by the time you're done with one thing and you move on to the next thing, you start to lose time when you're trying to switch from one thing to another. So sometimes that can be kind of damaging in your time management. So for me, time blocking is starting to work. That's where you get a big chunk of time and you only work on the one thing. So for me, I got videoing to do, I have writing to do, reading, I have music, I have a Patreon I need to build. It's a lot. So I've decided I'm actually going to time block in days. So one day will be for this one project, another day is for another project. So I'm not going to be switching back and forth from writing to videoing to doing music. It's going to be one thing at a time, and I think that's going to work for me. I won't be so, distracted and all of that. So the next point I want to make is guard your time, turn your notifications off, excuse yourself from requests that others have. If they want you to do this or that, you have to just say, well, I've got this time blocked off. I have to get my project done. Maybe I'll help you later. So do that. And so you under-promise and you over-deliver. Say you finally get some extra time, then you can do a little more for those other people. But in the meantime, guard your time. And you might want to see where your time is going. Maybe you're spending too much time on YouTube videos or scrolling through X or, other social media like Facebook. Maybe you want to start logging that, because some people would say, oh, I only spend a half an hour on that a day. And then when they log it, they find out they're spending an hour and a half to 2 hours on that. And even TV time can suck up a lot of your time. You want to watch that. And in the end, I do also want to say, you do need to take time for relaxation, re-energizing, and even for grieving, because those things are very important for you to build yourself back up. Because if you're burnt out from overworking, low energy, grieving, and things like that, you're not going to be good for the job that you're doing, or for something that you're trying to build online. So do take time out for things like that you're going to need to build yourself back up. Don't forget that. And those are my points for today. Let me know what kinds of things you're having trouble with in your time management. What's slowing you down? How do you get distracted? Things like that. Let me know in the comments. I'd be interested to hear about that. That's it for today's community conversations. I know it's short but sweet, I hope. And so have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you next time on Self-Help FAQ, the YouTube channel. Bye for now.